This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, if you're long graduated and missed back to school shopping, don't worry, you can do it this year for a good cause. We have the details next. Hi everyone, this is FYI on SSPTV and SSPTV.com. I'm Ken Kerr and I appreciate your time. Here's Wednesday's headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. We begin with reports of multiple shots being fired today in the city of Hazleton. While details are sketchy, what we do know is that one man was injured after an incident around 12:30 this afternoon on Bennett Court near Maple Street. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, that shooting happened around 12:30 p.m. Residents were asked to stay indoors while police investigated reports of a gunshot victim. Police Chief Frank DeAndrea says that a victim was reportedly taken to the hospital in a private vehicle. The chief asked residents to stay away from the scene to allow police to search for evidence. A few hours later, police were called out again for reports of gunshots. Now for updates, go to standardspeaker.com and FYI News 13 on Facebook as we learn more about the situation. A former Nesquehoning police officer is headed to court. Charges against 26-year-old Stephen Hemanko of Beaver Meadows were bound over to court yesterday. Hemanko is charged with homicide by vehicle and aggravated assault by vehicle in connection with the 2014 car crash that claimed the life of 69-year-old Corolla Sowers and seriously injured her husband. Hemanko was a part-time police officer in Nesquehoning when the police cruiser he was driving crashed into a car driven by Michael Sowers on May 12th of last year on Route 209 between Nesquehoning and Jim Thorpe. State police determined that Hemanko was driving approximately 113 miles per hour prior to the crash. He was pursuing another vehicle for a traffic violation. Heavy rains triggered flash flooding yesterday in Tamaqua. These are photos courtesy of TamaqaArea.com. The wet weather kept firefighters busy pumping out basements for residents and business owners. The flooding also left behind dirt and damage in some areas of Tamaqua. A Hazleton shopping center has a new owner, according to the Standard Speaker. The Groceries Plus Plaza on North Vine Street was sold for $2 million. The plaza houses Groceries Plus, Leonard's Auto Tags, Gary McNeilis Allstate Insurance, Brother Bruno's Pizza, Great Grandma's Pizza, and more. A well-known entertainer is hoping for his big break. Scranton comedian and magician Denny Corby appeared on a recent episode of The Girls on SSPTV. At that time, he hinted to Janine and Debbie about a possible appearance on national TV. We now know that Corby has auditioned for America's Got Talent. Well, the winning continues here on FYI. One lucky FYI fan will receive tickets to see the Pennsylvania 400 at Pocono Raceway on August 2nd. To enter, it's very easy. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/FYI News 13, click like, and guess what? You are entered to win. During this next segment, you're going to hear about trapper keepers and bouncy houses. Plus, you'll find out how you can help local kids in need during back-to-school time. Michelle Halobora joins us right now, the Director of Community Relations from the Schuylkill United Way, getting ready for the 13th annual Stuff the Bus campaign. And Michelle, back to school time was always my favorite time of year. I got my new Trapper Keeper with a new dinosaur on it. Go out, get my baseball pencils. I had a New Kids on the Block lunchbox when I was in first grade and a Hulk Hogan one as I got older, I will admit here. You enjoy back to school? Was always a fun time for you? Or?
Yes, I think it's a memory for every child. So just as you have memories, I do as well. You know, everyone loves going back to school and getting that fresh start in the fall, I think.
You didn't have a New Kids on the Block lunchbox. You're a few years younger than me.
I didn't have a New Kids on the Block. I'm trying to think. Mine was probably more Disney themed, actually. I'm thinking of my last most memorable lunchbox, probably early elementary school. So, but the memory stays with me.
I know kids still do that, but you said what I thought was very nice before we did the interview. At the United Way, you don't want kids to need. If they need a pencil, you guys want to supply it, and that's what the Stuff the Bus campaign is all about. Just describe it a little bit more, even.
Sure. So throughout the month of July, we run the Stuff the Bus campaign, and during that month, we collect monetary donations and in-kind donations of school supplies. We have 1,200 backpacks minimum. That's what we order at the Schuylkill United Way through donations that we get. And we make sure that those backpacks are stuffed with supplies. And then we also gain additional backpacks from the community. And we're very thankful for those. Last year, I believe we stuffed around 1,400 backpacks. And so we try to do as much as we can each year with the donations that we have. And we always get all the backpacks out in the community, so it's definitely a needed school supply drive.
And what can people donate? What are you looking for? Monetary donations, supplies? How can people help out?
There's a variety of ways. We have a lot of companies that send in monetary donations, which are very appreciated. We also have companies that do in-lobby drives. So, we have people who set up little boxes and collect school supplies from patrons, which we always appreciate. So supplies come in a variety of ways. We also have individuals that just drop off bags of supplies at our office or at our drop-off points, which are at the St. Clair Walmart. We also have one at the Cressona Mall. We have a school van parked in the Fairlane Village Mall, and we also have a box at the Schuylkill Mall.
So there's a school van you stuff, but nowadays it's more stuffing the backpacks. Was there ever an actual bus that got stuffed?
We did have a bus. For a couple years we had a bus. We just find that it's easier for us. It was easier for us to get school vans in and out of the mall. But regardless, those boxes are at every location that I've just mentioned, and we are thankful for what anybody's able to give. All the donations go to kids who very much need the assistance.
And working with it, I'm sure you know there is a need. School districts obviously now money tight all around, so definitely going to a good cause. Anything else going on with the Schuylkill United Way you guys have on the horizon, or any other campaigns, or I'm sure you're always busy?
We are always busy, and we're very thankful for all the help that we always get from our volunteers and board members. But we do have our 2016 campaign coming up in the fall, and we do have a picnic coming up in August 14th. And so we're very excited to announce that. And it's a free afternoon, 4 to 7 at Bearfield Park in Pottsville. We have amazing donors, Wegmans, Gordon Food Service, Mrs. T's Pierogies come and help serve food and donate food, so that's free for everyone. And we also have tons of things like cotton candy for the kids and snow cones. It's a great evening. We even have a bounce house coming this year. So that's one thing we have in the works. And in addition, we also have on July 15th, we have the Stuff the Bus Kids Day at the Schuylkill Mall. And so we would encourage everyone to come out to that. It's a free movie, How to Train Your Dragon, which starts at 9:30 a.m. And then we have a free lunch and activities, and also a vision screening for families that want to come out and get the vision screen for free.
All right, that all sounds neat. I'm sorry, I was just concentrating on Bounce House. A lot of good things going on with the Schuylkill United Way. Help them out with the Stuff the Bus campaign. I have some events to hold you over until the Bounce House picnic with the Schuylkill United Way. There's fireworks this weekend. It's Independence Day on Saturday. Here's a list of firework events happening in our area. Stay safe and have fun this weekend. Well, later on FYI today, it's Dave Day. Topics include the Phillies and Little League Baseball. And when we come right back, Janine Mazurkevich has 2 segments. First up, it's our home design segment, What's the Sense? Stay tuned.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
And what's the sense we're back here with tomorrow, and we're giving you some healthy tips on doing your furniture over, working with paints, defunking your junk, right? So what are we doing today?
Today we're still going to talk about paint.
All right.
We did last week, we did different textures of paint and the Miss Mustard Seed Milk paint.
Okay.
This time I'm going to show you how to paint fabric.
All right.
And people would never believe you could do this, but it's easy. You take paint and fabric medium. It's a textile medium. You can find it at Michael's, Joann Fabrics, and you mix it with your paint. And you could change any piece of furniture with any color you like. Now, I did just put one coat on this. I am going to finish it. I just wanted to show you the difference. All you do, you paint it on with a brush, and the liquid medium will keep the fabric soft. So you could change. A lot of people want to get new furniture, paint it. You would think, paint it. It would be hard. You can buy a scent for it, that it would scent. A lot of people's like, well, I got it on Craigslist, I want to put a scent in it, because it was used by somebody else. You can buy scent, put the liquid medium in it, with any color paint you want, and you can change your furniture. Now, this was the Marsala, the color of the year. I had a sample of this, and what I did is I just mixed the medium with it. Now, I didn't put a lot of medium in it. It does run about $7 for a little bit, 6 ounces, and you do mix it. There's a mixture process to it. So you do need probably like 4 to maybe a pint. But I have that recipe and the mixture on my Facebook too.
Okay.
But I love this. My daughter's getting married, so we're going to do a vintage theme. And this Marsala came out perfect for like a vintage, nice, like that winey color.
All right. That's so neat. I would never think to paint my furniture. Again, make sure that you use those chemicals though so that it's really soft, right? And this doesn't come off on your clothing or anything?
Nothing. Nope, it's not going to come off. Now this, I'm going to keep going. What I did with the upholstery tacks, I just painted right over them. And then what I did was I took a wet rag and wiped them off. It didn't take the paint off the fabric or the wood, so you can get in there at it and then just wipe it with a wet cloth and it won't come off the fabric. So I'm going to keep going. I want to change the color of the tacks on this, and I'm going to redo this for the wedding.
And I love the pictures in the background too.
Beautiful. Looks so skinny.
All right, well, join us here each and every Wednesday. We're actually going to have a 4th of July special coming up on July 3rd, so make sure to tune in to FYI for that as well.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
There's a place in Bolivia where they say the earth meets the sky. Google it, it's beautiful. Today's sky in NEPA, not so much. This is our local weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 58 as rain moves out of our area. In the extended forecast, the sun comes on Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 76. Thursday night, clouds in the area, partly cloudy, low of 56. Friday is mostly sunny with a high near 75 degrees. Friday night, a slight chance of showers, mostly cloudy. Our low will be 58 degrees. For the 4th of July, a chance of showers, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly sunny, our high will be 76 at night, mostly cloudy with a low of 60. Sunday looks nice, mostly sunny with a high of 78. Sunday night cloudy, partly cloudy with a low around 62 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton. Treat yourself today.
We are here at the beautiful Penn State Hazleton campus. The birds are chirping, the sun is out. We're back here with Rob Gold, and we're getting you fit for summertime. There are many, many events happening. If you join us here every Wednesday, we're filling you in on some runs that you can do, some walks, biking, and swimming activities. Today we're focusing on all those kiddos, so we want to get them involved, right?
Yep, we're up here at Penn State.
Yeah.
Penn State is one of the races that has a youth 1 mile race, as well as a fun run that they call the Cubs Run.
Okay.
We also have the youth 1 mile going to take place at the Town and Trail, and another fun run. So there's two events in the Festival of Races that have youth races. Another one coming up will be July 18th at the Anthracite Triathlon, we have the Youth Splash and Dash, which is a swim run event for kids as well.
All right. Well, you work with a lot of kids who are involved in swimming and biking and running, but if someone out there is new to this and maybe their kid does want to get involved, what is some advice you could offer them?
Well, we do have just a running program now. If they're not interested in swimming on the swim team, we run every Tuesday and Thursday at Community Park from 12:30 to 1:30. So that's just a way for them to get out with other kids running around Community Park. It's a shaded area. It's a great area to go picnic, so you can enjoy your family before or after your little training event.
All right. Is this free or is there a charge?
There's no charge for this little training event, no.
Okay. So if someone wants more information on these kid runs or other activities, how do they do so?
The Valley Running Club website, which is valleyrunner.com, has all the run races in it. And hazyracing.com is where you could find information on the youth triathlon or the anthracite splash and dash.
All right, join us here every week on FYI, where we talk about healthy lifestyle.
Didn't Eli and totally photobomb that segment. Here's your midday winning lottery numbers on FYI. Pick 2, 04, pick 3, 879, pick 4, 2432, pick 5, 41036. And your midday winning lottery numbers on FYI are brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency. They have 2 locations to serve you. One is in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue. The other is in Nescapec on Broad Street. Call them in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescapec at 570-752-7683. Next, Dave Seaman and I talk about the Phillies, and Andy Fisher tries to keep quiet behind the camera. We'll be right back.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Dave is back on Dave Day. Thank goodness, because the day is named after you, Dave. We did do Dave Day last week, though, Eric. Happy to sit in. Eric Schultz from the Standard Speaker. Welcome back, Dave. And you come back, and wow, everything goes crazy in Philadelphia with the Philadelphia Phillies. Lots of changes. I'm not a Phillies fan. I don't follow them on a daily basis, but was surprised when Ryan Sandberg stepped down from his managerial position with the Phillies. And I read an article where it said, he's probably asked to leave, and they gave him the opportunity to step down. I'm surprised with Sandberg, though. I thought they'd give him more of a chance with the Phillies, because coming into this season, you kind of expected, with the lineup they had, with the talent they had, they weren't really going to do anything this year. Were you surprised?
Not at all. Just when a new regime comes in, as the Phillies made some wholesale changes in the front office with Andy McPhail coming in, taking over for Pat Gillick, who's there on a temporary, as team president in a temporary role. Who knows the status of Ruben Amaro, who brought Ryan Sandberg and all the players in. It's just in a state of flux. It's just amazing to see how fast the Phillies have plummeted from a team that was a World Series champion, very easily could have been a 2-time World Series champion 5-6 years ago, a team on the rise and a power, and how it just quickly all disintegrated. The Phillies look like they had a team that people can root for, a dynasty. People have mentioned dynasty. Now they're in the same breath as the Atlanta Braves, a 1-time World Series champion.
I don't know if you know the answer to this. I don't. Just, was it on a day-to-day thing, though, you think? Because like I said, coming into the season, I don't think people expected the Phillies to be contenders. Was it more the moves being made that there's just nothing exciting about the Phillies now, maybe no direction with the future?
I agree with that. I think that there is no direction. There are a lot of players going back and forth. They don't seem to know if they want to do a youth movement. At first, Ruben Amaro brought in some, talented pitchers, the Cliff Lees, Roy Halladays. Well, eventually they got old, kind of broke down. Cole Hamels has been the ace, but now he's on the trading block, so you don't know if you want to put him up for more youth. I think eventually this new regime in Philadelphia is going to switch to the young players and patch the holes with the veterans that they can get via free agent or via trade.
Dave, Little League Baseball covered a few games earlier this week, and I think it's so much fun, just the fans even around it. Some kids, when certain kids come up to plate, running to the outfield, getting ready for home runs being hit, just anticipating it. There's always a few kids who you really look for. They have this power, these pitchers who are throwing harder. Are the kids more talented now than it was in the past, or is it just kind of a perspective thing? Is it more specialization in these sports now that they're maybe just playing baseball throughout the years, or is it just in my mind right now? You've been covering baseball a long time.
time?
I think it's just kids go through cycles where you're going to have some leagues have a lot of kids that the better teams in the leagues they're playing more bigger games. They're going further along in the tournament, so we get to see these kids a little bit more. And these kids are playing a lot more now too. Whether that's a good thing or bad thing, it might be another subject to talk about at another time. But there's travel ball now. The kids are starting at a much younger age. They go from the t-ball to minor league, little league, but a lot of them are playing. They're not playing the sandlot baseball like we used to when we were growing up. They're playing on travel teams, so they're a little bit more polished with their skills, and maybe they are specializing. Maybe they are giving up the basketball season or football season, which I kind of disagree with. I think you should play as many things as you want to, because I think kids are too young to specialize, especially at that age. Who knows what they want at that age? Kids are kids, and let them be kids.
And you do see it every now and then, athletes crossing over. I was just reading in a Big Ten preview, I forget who it was. I think it was an Indiana football player. Basketball team needed someone to fill in. There were some injuries, called the football team, sent over a player and filled in, but you don't see it too often. Hopefully, we'll be seeing Dave in the future right here on the Sportscast as we continue through this summer. I said Dave 7 times in 15 seconds to open that interview. Incredible. Here's the FYI Standard Speakers scoreboard. We're starting with scores from the District 24, 11, and 12-year-old Little League All-Star Tournament. Shenandoah is now 1-1 in Pool 2 with their win over Ashland, who falls to 0-2. Upper Dauphin, they beat Monoy City, and they are 2-0 and on top of a 3-team Pool 4. That was Monoy's first game of the tournament. Frackville and St. Clair New Philadelphia Port Carbon, they had their game postponed. Russ Kanzler got the night off as his teammates on the Iron Pigs beat Scranton Wilkes-Barre at Coca-Cola Park on Tuesday. And finally, the Cubs snapped a losing streak by beating the Mets in New York. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95 plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. One quick announcement. Holy Trinity Orthodox Church, located at 223 South Kennedy Drive in McAdoo, will be holding a pierogi and halushki sale on Friday, July 3rd from 10 a.m. to 5:30. Please call ahead to secure your order for Friday pickup, 570-929-2179. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Thomas L. Morgan of Hazleton. Funeral is Friday at 9:30 a.m. from the Firo Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 2 to 4 and 6 to 8 p.m. Gerald Lynn Schweitzer of Weatherly. Arrangements will be announced by the Yowsock Funeral Home. Carolyn M. Miller of Wilkes-Barre. Funeral is Friday at 8:45 a.m. from the Richard H. Disk Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Vincenza Jane Grant of Hometown. Mass is Thursday at 11 a.m. in the St. John Parish. Friends may call Thursday from 9 to 10:30 a.m. at the Lamar Christ Funeral Home. Helen Homa, formerly of Hazleton. Funeral is Friday at 9:30 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Lynn A. Kreiger of Drums. Services will be held privately and at the convenience of the family and under the direction of the Harmon Funeral Home. And Angeline Slattery of Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the Turnbach Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is John Novak of Frackville. John, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Remember to check standardspeaker.com and facebook.com/FYI News 13 for updates on the shots fired in the city of Hazleton. We'll be back on Thursday with an update. Until then, take it easy, everyone.